You want to go chase a bag instead of chase the game. Mm-hmm. Chase the game. The game got the bag. Don't chase the bag. The bag ain't got the game. Mm-hmm. Chase the game.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of Chase the Game, where we chase the game, not the bag. Oh, look who it is.
There it is.
Look who it is.
Then we got the street jacket on.
Oh, yeah. Hey. So let me go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
Please do.
Your boy is looking different today. This is the technical wedding episode because this is the week of my wedding. Wedding's on Saturday, getting married, and then honeymoon. So there's not going to be an episode next week. But I was like, you know what? I just bought my wedding shoes today. Spent a dollar or so on those wedding shoes, and I wanted to rock them a little bit, get them worn in a little bit. And I was like, you know what? Since I'm wearing the shoes, might as well wear the jacket too. I didn't go all out, but I just threw a jacket with a little white V-neck. And it's so funny because I never wear V-necks, but my mom, every year for Christmas, she buys me pajama set or whatever. That I don't even wear pajamas because it's too fucking hot. I wear shorts. Anyways, long story short.
You know Daniel Tosh?
Daniel Tosh, yes.
Tosh.0. He's got a skit, a comedy skit. He's talking about V-necks. He said, you know what V-neck always says?
Oh, boy.
I'm gay.
I'm gay.
I'm gay.
I could have finished that one for sure. And you know what? I get it because I threw on the V-neck and I was like, wow, it does look
it looks clean, man. It's all about how you rock it.
Clean, but it's one of those things that it's like fashionable. So then you're like treading the line. You're like,
you look fine. You look fine.
Yeah, you gotta show off the cleavage. You gotta show off the cleavage.
Yeah, and if you got a little hair, and then I say you get that hair, and then you got a gold necklace just peeking out a little bit. That's like, okay, he's not gay. That's where. Okay, you can look at it both ways. Whatever. We're not gonna address it. But
chest hair. I don't know. I'd be like, wrap it up.
I'm getting married this week, so I'm not gay. All right, let's get into it. Hopefully, we don't get canceled before we even get going with this show. That would really suck. But I mean, all publicity is good publicity, or I guess I don't know. Okay, so we got Mount Pleasant Hall of Famer, obviously AJ White Snipes coming in with the shit talking, always running his mouth. But I hear it. But it is what it is. And then we got Lehigh legend, the legend of Lehigh, QB1, Nigel Somerville. I was gonna say something else, but then I lost my train of thought, and it just.
That's all right.
But and then of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Giants. Shoot, he might be a Giants Hall of Famer now. The number one super fan, the 12th man, Danny C.
Put him on the team.
I like it.
Put him on the team.
I got Pat McAfee show rolling on YouTube, and after his live episode, it just replays old episodes or toxic clips, like the viral clips that go viral, and he has a little segment of that, and then sometimes it goes into this other guy on the show, the other Pittsburgh guy. Gosh, I already forgot his name. His podcast is Hammer Down or Hammer Dawn. Gosh, I don't even know. But it's obnoxious. He's like, Hammer Dawn! I'm like, that's the intro? But I don't know. It's unique. I don't want to hate because he gets way more views than us. And, it is what it is. But, okay, that was super random, and I forgot where I was going with that, too. Oh, well, it is what it is. Danny C., let's go ahead and move on. Danny C., come in there with the update. Save me right now because I'm just talking out my ass.
I got you, Chase, with the update. So, Open Championship just happened. Ryan Fox took first place with Cameron Young coming in a close second. So good job, Ryan Fox. And in the world of the NBA, where will LeBron go? People say Miami. That was the favorite yesterday. Now people are saying Cleveland. That is the favorite today. Who will know? He'll probably make a decision in the next couple days. We'll talk about it. In the world of the NCAA, the SEC wants to leave the NCAA for reasons we'll get into later. And in the world of the NFL, Cam Scatterby scared everyone with a botched backflip at the ESPYs. And as part of ESPN, Cam Newton and Ryan Fox were fired from ESPN as part of a major round of layoffs. So goodbye, Ryan Clark and Cam Newton. Let's get into it. Back to you, Chase.
Yeah, yes.
What a week of sports.
It is crazy. I didn't even know. So obviously, we'll get into the SEC and NCAA. I'm not really sure much about it. I've looked into it a little bit. I heard about it on ESPN probably right after AJ threw it in the group chat, which I'm like, damn, that's Mans is already ahead of the game. Calling Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter.
My gym plays Pat McAfee in the locker room.
Oh, damn, that's crazy because I was watching Pat McAfee today, and I watch it from start to finish. So like if it starts at noon, and like say it's like 12:30 when I start it, I'll start at the beginning, so I'll be behind live a little bit because I just like to watch everything, and I don't want to miss any news because there's sometimes they throw out there some news that is like pretty shocking, and you don't see it until like a couple days later if it's like reposted or something on social media. But SEC wants to leave the NCAA. We'll get to that. First, the Open Championship is crazy because I had Cam Young as one of 3 guys that I bet to win because I need an all around winner, or I guess first place, and to win big, obviously, because you can do top 5, top 10, but you're not going to win big if you pick out the all right, I can't even speak. All right, wow, that was not it. But anyways, Open Championship. That might be helpful, man. It's always funny because it's like people say reading books help you with like speech and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I read books, but I'm like, nah, I don't read books. I listen to books. I don't read the books. I listen to books.
Who on this podcast back in school had to go to a different classroom to take their test?
All right, so here's the deal with that. I picked that, and hey, you can hate on people that do take tests in separate settings because it's like, whoa, you're so stupid, blah blah blah. But here's the reality of it. I had my teacher read me the questions, dog. Who's the real loser here? Huh? I was able to manipulate the situation where I was getting the teacher to read me the test answers. Because it's like, she wasn't just reading the question. She would go through the answers, and then you would see her facial expressions. And it's like, oh, well, that's the answer, obviously.
Is it A, B, C, or D?
Yeah. She'd be like, is it A? I can't even think of an example. But it's like, is it A, 12? Or B, 14? Or is it? And I'm like,
hysterical.
That
is hysterical.
Yeah, dude.
That's all time.
So
What grade is it, CEO? What grade is it?
I was like middle school. I didn't do it in high school.
College.
High school. It was in college. Well, because I saw that I did it in middle school. I didn't do it in high school because I was like, I didn't want to go to separate settings because I wanted to cheat on my classmates. So I was like, I can't go to a separate classroom, then I'm screwed.
Can't cheat.
So in high school, I didn't do that.
Allegedly.
But then college came around, and allegedly, yeah. Well, no, not allegedly, because that's exactly what happened. I was like, wait a minute. Do I really want to go to a separate room by myself? Or I could sit next to Maggie, or I could sit next to Kendall and just get all the answers and then get an A. Not even have to read the questions. questions or even think. So, but then when we got to college, they didn't read any answers read any questions for me in college. They just put me in literally like a 4x4 room and literally just a desk that was attached to the wall, and I was facing the wall. And then there was a window behind the door. And I was thinking, like, oh, man, this kind of sucks. I'm all by myself. But then I was like, wait, I just pull out my phone, start taking pictures, looking stuff up. It was before AI and stuff, so I had to do a little bit of more digging. So I had, like, some people on go where I just send them a quick Snapchat and be like, yo, what's the answers? And they would send me back to work and stuff, and I would
Heck yeah.
copy it down. But and it's funny because it's like
Now
everyone would tell me
public
that.
knowledge.
Yeah, now public knowledge.
People, I mean, dude, at the college I went to, nobody was paying the full tuition. Okay, granted, about 93% of the campus was athletes, but nobody was paying the full tuition it was a private school. It's just so crazy to me to think about this stuff, like getting a degree and stuff, and now it's so common. Wow, we really got off topic here talking about school. Let's stop talking about school and let's talk about football and sports, because who wants to talk about school? Not me. Excuse me. Okay, so Cameron Young was in first place. Ryan Fox should have won it on 17, choked, came back 18, came in clutch, and made that birdie putt.
It was gangster.
I watched it. What'd you say?
It was a good watch, yeah. Ryan Fox, he fumbled on 17. He kind of just played the kind of lights out for like 3 holes in a row, and then 17 happened, and then just won it on 18. It's crazy to watch.
Four birdies on the last 6 holes.
Yeah, he was hot.
That's lights out, dude. That's really locking in. It's funny to hear him on Pat McAfee. It sounded like he was like getting in his head a little bit, and he was like, "You can't do it." Pat McAfee was giving him a hard time about how he was like lining up a tee shot and taking forever to tee off. And he's like, "No, you can't do that. You can't think about it. That's why I don't do it." And then I'm like, "What? He just said you do it. That's why he was giving you a hard time." But they didn't address that. It was interesting, but I would think that the more time I take on a shot is the more likely the outcome is going to be negative rather than positive.
Right.
In my opinion.
The more you think about it, the more you think about it. Yep.
I'm not rushing to hit it, but I'm not like sitting there taking my sweet ass time. I'm stepping up and I'm gonna go ahead and swing, because also I'm not a professional golfer, so I'm not expecting to hit it where I want to go every time. But I'm playing Piper Glen on Thursday with my pops and my brother and my uncle, my dad's brother. We got the same uncle. Anyways, yeah, but we're gonna be hitting Piper Glen, playing some golf, and having a good old time. So hopefully I can make some birdies. I don't know if I'm gonna make that many in a row. I've made I can count on one hand how many birdies, and honestly, I don't need the whole hand. But anyways, NBA, dude, where's LeBron James going? This is crazy, and I think he's doing this on purpose. Obviously, AJ, you said you were watching Pat McAfee's show. They had his agent on, Rich Paul, or is it Rich Paul? Is his name?
Yeah, Rich Paul.
Yeah. On there, and he was just he made some good points and stuff like that. But it doesn't hurt to have your name in the headlines, and it doesn't hurt the pockets. So I'm curious to hear what you guys. I mean, we've talked about it, and we all think we said Cleveland, and then it went to Miami, which Miami became a favorite yesterday, and then the odds switched. The Cavs are the favorites now, and I don't know what happened, what switched with that, what caused them to. Maybe someone saw him at the airport or whatever, someone coming out of a meeting, or I don't know. So it's interesting. I don't know if you guys want to spend more time on talking about that, because I'm just ready for him to make a decision.
I mean, quickly, I just want to say, I think I don't know. I think you could always say Miami, Cleveland are like the easy choices, which I think he should go somewhere like that. But I think if it's gonna take this long, you gotta keep and play like a Warriors or something crazy like that. Just because like if it's taking a while to make a decision, well, like you said, the longer that you take to like do things, more things come into play. It's just like a golf swing, just like a decision. Like I feel like if it's not something that he's just making a move on now, there's more room for other things to come into play. So I feel like if it's something like this where I could have sworn everybody was convinced yesterday was the day, but it didn't happen yesterday, so now it's not going to happen today either. So I think it just brings in more things to play, especially with like the day and age that we live in.
Yeah. No, honestly, when you put it that way, it makes sense. Like it's taking longer. He didn't flat out just make the decision because maybe he's not.
Like if you know where you want to go, like if you know where you want to go, like just like you might as well just say it, like give people time to buy tickets for for all your games. So give the NBA like even though he's not he doesn't have to, but like I feel like if you know something like that, like you might as well just be like, yeah, I'm going here, like, something like that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess hopefully I'm sure he'll, like Danny C said, and obviously you said it'll probably be soon that he'll make this decision and come out. But
It'd be hilarious.
to see where.
Oh my God! Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
I'm at that point. It's like we need football season to start. These sports news right now is just
we're getting there, but it's just talking about nonsense.
Yeah, well,
a couple weeks ago we got the Panthers playing, but I don't know, man. It's just like pick a team at this point. It's like you're not.
Yeah.
He's a great player, one of the greatest all time under Michael Jordan. But I don't know if we don't need to open up that can. But I'm just to the point. I'm like, pick a team, bro. Just pick a team. Like it's like you're in your mid-40s. Like retire, pick a team. I couldn't care less, honestly, where he goes. I'm just like, start football season.
You're not coming to the Hornets, so fuck them. But pick a team.
Yeah, Miami or Cleveland, I think would be cool. I guess.
I think Golden State
He's gonna
would
win
be
a championship anywhere he goes. Honestly, all those teams, they ain't gonna win a championship. Let's be real.
You said they're not.
Cleveland, no. Miami, no. Timberwolves, no.
Not
it's
this
like,
year,
bro,
but
like
I don't know how many years LeBron has.
Okay,
Golden State.
No, they're old, bro. It's like, it's gonna be the Thunder, top dogs, Thunder, Spurs, Celtics, Knicks. Like that's the top dogs right now. And
Sixers, watch out for the Sixers.
Sixers, sure. And wherever this guy goes, I feel like LeBron's the point where he's just a cancer. Like it's like, oh, it's LeBron's team now. And then you got the egos, right? We're gonna team up with Giannis down in Miami and Bam. I mean, like, and then what? You're gonna have him with Mitchell in Cleveland. I don't see where this lines up here. Hold on, I got a spider right here, but I don't know, man.
James Harden's in Cleveland too.
Yeah, James Harden's in Cleveland.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Oh, regular season All-Star James Harden. He ain't gonna win nothing.
They do have a lot of. That's a good point.
Well, we'll see. But all right, well, let's move on to transition football because obviously with the World Cup giving us games to watch every single night that were actually exciting. I became a soccer fan during this World Cup. I normally always do when the World Cup's on because it gets exciting. And now we don't really have anything but baseball. And I'm not watching
WNBA?
Baseball. Yeah, WNBA. If they're giving us some good stuff, WNBA. I watched a couple games that were a little exciting. And it's funny because like the hate with WNBA where they put the not highlights out, and it's just funny because it's like they're not that bad. Some of them are, but
they are.
I mean, all right. Well, let's not get on that topic. Let's get NFL, baby, or in NCAA actually. So
there we go.
SEC wants to leave the NCAA. First off, obviously, there's been lots of talks about NCAA and that they're they lost their power. They don't really have any authority. There's a lot going on with, obviously, Gosh, what's the quarterback name? Texas Tech we've been talking about.
Brendan Sorsby.
Brendan Sorsby. All that issues going on with that conference and the NCAA. So obviously, let's get into it. What are thoughts? What are our thoughts on this?
So someone fill me in. It's because they want to leave because they can't really enforce their rules, and it's like something to do with NIL too.
Yep.
They want to
spot
create
on.
their own league. If I'm not mistaken, AJ, is
The
that
NCAA
correct?
really doesn't have any like power to do anything. Like they're just like a group. They don't
Yeah.
have like a real like governing body. So like the SEC is like they basically they basically allowed Brandon Sorsby to play, and they were like fine with it. But like everybody was like, "What the fuck are y'all doing?" So it's like they don't really like have any authority to like do anything. So like the SEC is like, "Yo, like we don't want to get sued for every new rule that we make, and then somebody comes back and sues us because it's unfair against NCAA's rules or something like that." I mean, I think they can, but that's kind of what it is, Danny C.
Yeah. It was basically NCAA was a communist state where they had full control. And seriously, the NIL came in and exposed that everything's money. There's just so many issues here, right? We got Fox is all Big Ten. Who's SEC? Is that ABC or
ESPN
NBC?
now. ESPN now.
ESPN.
ESPN.
So it's like these networks are only covering those leagues now because that's all they benefit from, right? And then you got the college football playoff, I think that's ABC, right? Or somebody
Yeah,
owns that
probably
as well.
something like that.
And then they're not even boosting that and promoting that when that comes. It's came to a point where there needs to be some type of commissioner or whatever. NCAA, they exposed they had no power with the Trinidad Chambliss deal and the Brendan Sorsby deal. Oh, we just go to court. Now, I was reading that it's okay because I was talking to a buddy, he's a big Georgia fan today at work, and he was a little bit worried about like, oh, what's the way? Is it just going to end the SEC championship? I was reading up that no, as long as negotiations are made and contracts are paid, right? It's all about TV deals. And this is the same thing with why Notre Dame always gets top 10 because they have a massive TV deal where, they get priority over teams. And that's why they can play a kick-ass schedule and still have a great record because they have the massive TV deals. Notre Dame, Big Ten, SEC, they run all the TV deals. That's who brings money in. Now that we have NIL, it's like these teams need to collect as much money as possible. They're basically all these teams have turned into are businesses, especially with all these private equity. What Utah got bought by private equity. So it's like these have turned into businesses where they're trying to cut deals. They're paying players like they're high-profile employees, and there's just no regulation. So I get Nick Saban's point on getting rid of NIL, but I also lean with the route like college football players should get paid because the money comes in. It's just unfortunate that they didn't cross their T's and dot their I's before allowing this where there was no regulation. There's got to be regulation, and I think the best thing to do is follow the best league that's ran, and that's the NFL. Every team gets a cap. They get a cap on their salary, and this is what you pay. And this is my other idea. For the teams that like we played at, Lehigh, Lenore Ryan, we're getting screwed. I graduated at App State. We used to be an underdog powerhouse. We'd upset schools, every year. That's not going to happen anymore, right? So what needs to happen is these teams need to have a cap space or cap salary cap, and then when you pull a kid from D2, when you pull a kid from a small one, D1 school, when you pull a kid from, a smaller big D1 school, I feel like you should buy out the player. So it's like, all right, you can recruit this kid, but you should buy him out. I got a buddy, he's a high school football coach. Kids aren't getting recruited unless they're just an absolute standout athlete. And essentially what needs to happen is these D3, D2s, 1AAs need to turn into like a JUCO sense, right? Where these kids go, all right, I'm going to go to Catawba down the street. I'm going to play my freshman and sophomore year. And then hopefully, Chapel Hill or NC State recruits me. And then because these D2s and these small 1AAs are like, oh, well, let's just wait for that one kid that gets cut from Charlotte. He can come play quarterback over here. Oh, Chapel Hill, man, they brought in 5 quarterbacks. One of them's going to have to leave. Let's recruit him when he goes into the transfer portal. So it's just going off into these like trade-offs. Kids aren't getting recruited. Kids aren't getting degrees because they're transferring schools and their credits aren't transferring. They go from private school, public school, back to private school. There's big D1 schools that are private. Notre Dame's private. You know what I'm saying? And Chase, we experienced this from LR to, transferring to Charlotte and App. It's like, what, a handful of your credits didn't go through. That's the same thing that's happening with these kids. And then, all right, he goes to Charlotte for one. He goes from LR to Charlotte for 1 year, and then doesn't make it at Charlotte. Then he tries to transfer back down to, Furman, and then like a kid went to 3 schools in 4 years, and then he's kicked off, or he's just booted out of college. He has no degree. It's and that's this is just all the trouble that's came with it with the NIL. And I think if you set up a system where there's a cap on teams, each team gets a cap, right? And then maybe proceeds go to like bowl games, or proceeds go to like hosted games, whatever, right? Or extra money. The extra money could be in like what we pay. We'll pay App State $200,000 for their starting quarterback from the transfer to NC State. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's got to be some type of exchange here, and the kids in high school are getting left behind, and then the kids that graduate college are getting left behind because they're really not graduating.
That's 100% factual. 100%.
I didn't even think about it like that because, but actually, a few months back, and then during the season, when Nick Saban went on Pat McAfee's show. During football season, he was on every Friday, I think it was. And Nick Saban would get on and literally talk about this, literally the points that you just made, AJ, about how there needed to be a cap and like how it's like modeled by NFL. And then a few months ago, maybe 2 months ago, while he was in some courthouse or talking to some board members, I guess it was NCAA. I don't know the whole scenario, but he was again talking about those scenarios where kids are not getting degrees and they're dropping out of school because they're transferring in 4 years. They're at 3 different universities, and then they have not enough credits to get a degree, and they drop out. That's crazy. And
you think if a school doesn't have a guy's major that he's switching to, he's not going to switch that school because they don't have his major? Forget that. He's just going to switch his major and start over. Like, they don't care.
I'll just play football and just do some BS major.
Oh yeah.
Another issue is like guys like Dante Moore that goes to Oregon's getting a Nike deal because he goes to Oregon. Phil Knight's an alumni from Oregon, and it's like I'm sure Bryce Underwood going to Michigan. I bet Dave Portnoy was like, "Hey, just do a couple Barstool stuff." That's another issue is these outside hands they're throwing in. That's why like Utah went with the private equity is like now they're just like getting unlimited funding. And I mean, they're talking about people from like Saudi trying to buy out college teams.
Oh yeah.
It's getting
Bill Belichick with the Saudi Arabia last year. Bill Belichick went to Saudi Arabia to get funding. Belichick went to Saudi Arabia last year to get funding for the Tar Heels. Like it's going to get to a point where you're going to either have to do 2 things. You're going to have to either cap the transfer portal, the number of kids you can transfer in a year, or you're going to have to, which by that means you would then suspend them if they transfer more than twice in a season, which is suspend them for 6 games a season. However you want to do it, or you have to just put teams in tiers and cap the NIL. Like if, say, for example, like Georgia, Alabama, those guys would be in tier 1, they get $40 million for NIL, and then tier 2 would be like Lehigh, blah, 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 they get so-and-so million dollars, and like 3, so on. Yep. So like that's the only way that you would be able to cap it is if you just either limit the number of kids transferring, or you're going to have to cap the NIL money that these teams are getting by putting them in tiers, just kind of distributing out like that. Or it's going to be like, I would see no reason why the SEC would even mess with other conferences. Like they're the best football for the most part. And then everybody's going to watch it because ESPN is paying them $100 million to just show their game. So, I mean, it's really not a lose-lose for them. And they get to kind of run it how they want to. Like, they don't lose in that situation at all.
And then,
negotiate to play in the playoffs. Like, hey, we'll play in the playoffs. You
exactly.
Give us 20%.
Exactly.
I mean, if it works for the SEC and it starts, like,
they're all going to follow.
Going very well. Yeah, exactly. All these Big 10, Big 12, freaking ACC. Well, I don't know about ACC. That would be they probably end up doing it. I'm just saying.
They would have to. They would have to. They have to join another conference.
They would, yeah. And ended up, I mean, I wonder what NCAA
but what
is.
this hurts is the non-football basketball sports. Right? Because I think the NCAA really helps out in, like, We got the swim
Baseball and
meet, the
stuff.
national swim meet. Like I think it's getting a little funny. But at the end of the day, man, I've always been against the NCAA. Like I've never really been a big fan, especially when we were in college. It's like we weren't getting paid, and those boys were just filling their pockets to make 5 dumb rules every year that didn't make sense. Oh, can't show your back plate. That's a new rule. Oh,
He's got to
jersey's
be covered.
tucked. Yeah, like just dumb rules to keep these people employed. I'm for it, but if the SEC is going to do it, everyone needs to do it, and then there needs to be like a college football committee where they're like, all right, y'all all run your own leagues, play whoever you want to play, have those agreements. Like, okay, Georgia, if you want to pay Charlotte $1 million to come down, yeah, you can still do that, but like, we're gonna evaluate and we're just gonna run the college football playoffs, and that's all we're responsible for. You guys do your, but then it gets into weird rules where it's like, oh, maybe the SEC allows this supplement and that supplement, but the Big Ten doesn't, right? And then are they going to be matching up? Oh, Big Ten allows peptides now. SEC. It can get to that point though. Like it's so messy, and it's unfortunate because I've always believed college players deserve to get paid, but if SEC breaks away, is there even a chance of this being molded back together? I mean, what do you guys think?
Like molded back together, as in
where we can have everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
I think it would be a while, but I think so too.
I think it would have to look like a Knights at the Round Table type situation where they're just going to have to take the head of every conference. You're going to have to elect somebody to represent them, and then that person's going to go represent that conference with the other conferences, and then bring them together. And then essentially just have, like, they can have 4 different representatives for all the Power 4 conferences. Then they can get one for the other stuff, not the Power 4. Then get a independent FCS D2 representative, and then just do it like that. That's, I think, is the smartest way. That way every single NCAA kind of sport and kind of group would get touched, and those people would all have a say in that division. But these people are stupid. They want to keep all the money. They don't want to, have outside voices, so that would never happen. But I think that's a simple way to kind of fix all this bullshit, is just have everybody have a seat at the table and then just have a vote on it. That way it's kind of like put out in front. There's no real backdoor stuff. And then if you want to make your money with your TV stuff, that's fine. But this is how we're going to do it now, and then just be open about it. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. Or just break away, but they're going to have to come to a conclusion, and everybody's going to want their voices heard. And so they're all going to have somebody speak for them.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens with this all going on, but
it won't
maybe
affect
it's a good
this
thing.
year. That's what we know.
Yeah. They're going to go in.
We're good.
Yeah.
Probably not for the next 5.
It'd be like a 2030 thing. I feel like they'd be like, in the next 4 years, we're gonna break away.
Okay.
I feel like, right?
I mean, that makes
the season's right around the corner.
Well, I think what'll happen is they'll probably go into negotiations in like 2 years about like working out some new deal, and then being like, hey, this is what we want. If this doesn't happen, then we're prepared to do this. They'll probably go back and forth for 2 years, and then they'll come to an agreement, and then it'll be a whole new collective thing with the NCAA. That's what I think will happen.
I think another thing that kicked this over was Notre Dame going to them and then being like, all right, if you're top 12, you're automatic bid. I feel like teams were like, whoa, what? You're just going to make this agreement?
They don't have any
It's because the money. It's because the money. It's like Notre Dame's a big market. There's big Notre Dame fans down here in North Carolina for some reason that didn't even go to school there. But, that kicked it off. A bunch of stuff has just like slowly trickled to where I think, they're just fed up.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we'll curious to see what happens. But let's move on. NFL, baby. Let's get into it because the rookies are in the NFL buildings today. Bills, Panthers, Texans, and Dolphins rookies reported to training camp today. That's hype. I mean, there's games happening in a few weeks, maybe not really matter. Only the first game that matters, Panthers-Cardinals. I know that it's going to be treated as a typical preseason game, but I'm still going to tune in and watch because that's freaking awesome that the Carolina Panthers and Cardinals are playing in the Hall of Fame game. That's pretty cool. And then obviously the FSBs happened, and there's a little viral video of Cam's Scat Pack, Scataboo, doing a backflip and then falling back on his ass, and everyone got a little nervous about him doing that backflip. I guess his leg's okay. I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious to hear what Danny C's reaction when he first saw that video. I don't know if his heart sank into his stomach when he first saw it, or or how he feels about Cam Scat Pack doing ish like that after a broken leg.
So, initial reaction, I thought it was really dumb. And then I saw someone's take on it. And they were like, one, he's an undersized running back. That's his personality. The backflips, the putting his head into the wall, all that, like, dumb stuff. But he's an undersized running back. If he doesn't do, like, extra stuff like that, he probably doesn't make it in the league. So, like, I don't know. When I saw him do the backflip, I got scared. But then someone made a good point, and they were like, that's his personality. Like, you just got to get used to it. But coming off an injury like that, I don't know if you should be hitting backflips, at the ESPYs. But that's just him. You can't get mad at it.
Yeah, it is. It is. And that dude, or whoever broke that down is 100% right. That's his personality.
Danny, you think Coach gave him a call? Coach Harbaugh?
Oh, yeah.
Coach definitely gave him a call. Said stop doing backflips.
Yeah. I'm sure he gave him a call right after, because that video was probably all over the place right when he did it.
I saw a tweet someone said at the trade show I saw him limping.
No way. Oh, God.
I mean, who knows if that's true or not. It just made me laugh.
That's got to be rage bait or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I probably made a story about it, because he looked like he hopped up and he was fine.
He looked like he got right back up, and he's been doing good with physical therapy and like getting back to healthy, status and everything. But yeah, can't be risking it with stuff like that. But then again, that's just his personality, so you got to just go along with it.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Cam. I'm worried about Malik. I'm worried about
Malik too. It's like you guys got your hands full this offseason.
I know. And then someone from work today said he's not going to be back till week 7, and that scared the crap out of me.
7?
Yeah. I've seen reports of week 3, week 4. Now we got someone at work saying week 7. So I don't know what it's going to be.
Week 7's crazy. But, I mean, I'm kind of curious to see what actually happens with all that stuff.
But they also shouldn't rush it back. Like, they can't, they also can't rush him back. Because the way he plays, he's going to be jumping off one, landing on one, fall. He's, that's an explosive guy. So they're going to have to, they can't rush it. Like, I think the reason why you bring in veteran guys is the only way that you can counteract some explosive plays with veteran receivers who know how to catch a ball, get down, make third down. So I think y'all have an answer. It's just, they just can't rush him back in a sense. They cannot do that. Cannot rush him.
Yeah, especially your home stadium being MetLife Stadium, where all these ACL injuries are happening.
Just get grass. Just make every stadium grass, man. Just make it grass.
Dude, and it's like the FIFA World Cup came in and did that. They made all these stadiums.
They just don't want to maintain it. The teams are cheap. They don't want to pay gardeners more money.
What is it always? It always comes back to money. It's cheaper to have a turf field. Yeah.
But then, you're spending all this money on these players, and then they're going and getting injuries that put them out for seasons that are ruining your season. I don't know.
Or career.
In the grand, or career. So what, in the grand scheme of things, what is the? I mean, I'm sure they probably already did the numbers, so they're doing the cheaper option.
Whatever the number is, how big the number is, they can come up with the money. It's still ridiculous.
Yep. Bring back grass stains.
Yes. Bring back the grass. Bring back the grass.
We should make that a slogan. We should sell merch. Bring back the grass.
Bring back the grass.
I love that.
Bring back grass stains. And then you just put stains off the shirt.
Bring back grass stains. I like that. I like that. It's tough, actually.
I just have a picture of Tebow when he had that whole red all up his body. That's the Tokyo ball.
That's so tough. I like that idea.
Yeah. Hey, t-shirt idea. Then throw Chase the Game on the back.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
brought to you by W.
Hey. Chase the Game all caps, no spaces.
No spaces.
All right, so, and then obviously other news, Cam Newton and Ryan Clark fired from ESPN. Cam Newton's a character. Ryan Clark is another character. I'm going to be honest. In my opinion, I did not love hearing Ryan Clark. I didn't, but I loved watching him play on the Steelers, but watching him or listening to him, and he knows a lot about football, way more than I do. Played in the NFL. It's just, I don't know. He's just a little annoying, but that's just me. So no hate to Ryan Clark.
He just hates white people.
He's gonna be low key. Nah, you see some of those highlight films. This dude was knocking people out, and I didn't even realize that until like back in his career, because there was a couple hits that I saw personally because I watched the Steelers and stuff. But then, like, when he became an analyst, and obviously him, I think it was like on a podcast with Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry was like, "Me and you meet in the hole. You think you're tackling me?" And he was like, "Yes." And he was like, "You think you're tackling me?" And I mean, obviously Derrick Henry is a beast, but Ryan Clark would take people's heads off. And I don't know though. It's different because all his hits were like, receivers that are defenseless, and I mean, going to catch the ball. I mean, there was hits that were head on, but he wasn't hitting people like Derrick Henry in the hole. He was meeting people like Derrick Henry in the hole. I think that's a different story. Like seeing a linebacker come up and fill the hole on someone like Derrick Henry, that's freaking impressive. It's probably not going to be a huge hit or look like a huge collision, but it definitely is. I'm literally watching right now. NFL Network just put on Green Bay Packers and New England Patriots, but it's back when Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski were on the Patriots, and freaking Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Hernandez.
No, Aaron Hernandez wasn't on. It's Gronk. I think younger Gronk. I don't see Aaron Hernandez. It's not
got
that
drafted
cool.
Together.
Oh my gosh, it is Aaron Hernandez. He's right there, 47. He just caught the ball. Holy shit!
Not 47, was he?
No, not 47.
He's number 80.
I thought he was 80.
That's not 47.
Was he 80?
81.
Maybe he was 47
81.
in preseason. Are you watching preseason game?
47 is so yucky.
Game. This is second quarter. The second quarter just started, and Tom Brady is literally still playing. No, this is after Aaron Hernandez. He's not, because AJ Hawk and Clay Matthews are linebackers. So
yeah,
Mike. No, yeah. I think he might have been.
Aaron Hernandez should be on that team. He should be, or it's the year right after, but he should be on that team.
Maybe 47 dude definitely the last name. But dude, LeGarrette Blount's on the team. Anyway, LeGarrette Blount just gone. LeGarrette Blount and I think he's gone.
This is their Super Bowl team then, with LeGarrette Blount in there, because he was there the year they won the Super Bowl. So it's a Super Bowl team.
Yeah, and they're down 13-0 to Green Bay. And I just saw Clay Matthews meet LeGarrette Blount in the hole, and it was a gnarly hit. But it obviously didn't look like a huge hit. They definitely stuck each other. That's good stuff. Speaking of meeting people in the hole, Cam Newton, that would be a scary mother trucker to meet in the hole. Apparently, he is eligible to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. Don't think he's gotten the call yet, but obviously we would hear about it if he did. So they're going to be fine. Cam Newton, Ryan Clark, they're going to be fine. Cam Newton's got his own podcast, and Ryan Clark does too. They're NFL football players, retired NFL football players are going to be just fine. Anyways, maybe. I have some questions. You said maybe. Nah, dude. Cam Newton, he's too much of a character, and Carolina just loves him too much. To not.
To start a podcast. Cam Newton's already got his podcast, right? That's not going to affect him.
Yeah, Ryan Clark has a podcast. He has a pivot. Cam Newton got his show. They'll both be fine.
Yeah, they're both fine. They're side jobs for him.
Yeah, and it's always good to have multiple jobs like that, dude. That would be pretty sweet. ESPN, hit us up. Let's go.
Right? Shit.
And they're like, oh, yes, Chase the Game. All 69 subscribers? Hell yeah. Oh, wait, no. I think it's
They're
72
not gonna pay
now.
us that much though. They're not gonna pay us that much though. That's the
Hey,
thing.
yeah. We're entertainment.
Split up
You
$4
can,
million
like,
between the four of us. 5 of us with Allen. That's
$4
easy,
million.
man. That's easy.
I think you're
That's
better
easy.
to
Five.
pitch to Barstool.
Yeah. Dude, I watch Barstool. It's like Barstool in the morning or whatever. And it's like literally they do the same ish we do. They're
All right,
just
we gotta
all
switch it
together.
up.
They just sit, like they got 4 seats and they're just chit chatting like this, talking about sports, talking about literally. I mean, it's not much different. It's literally the same. And I mean, honestly, I might be biased, but I think our show is a little bit more entertaining. I still watch the show, but I'm not going to sit here and say we're as entertaining as Pat McAfee yet. That show is just hilarious, bro. And I want a warehouse, dude, where I can have a basketball court and just freaking. He got a simulator in his little Thunderdome, dude.
That's
It's
dope.
sick.
That's
It's
dope.
freaking badass simulator too. It's not like a cheap one. One of the companies sent it over to him for free, of course. So
I mean, we could
Just
shoot
gotta
at your
love that
house if you
stuff.
invite us over.
yeah, no, I don't have anywhere to sit though. Like I got like a section right here, like to have seats, but I need to get seats, and then I need to get some cameras. Boom, and boom. So one camera on me, one camera on you guys, and
I don't know how in person
control
would
it.
work out. We all saw how the draft went.
Well, that's because we're in a crowded room. I think if we do it in
We
person,
wouldn't
it shouldn't be
drink
too
or
bad.
do any of our vitamins and stuff like that.
We wouldn't drink.
We would. Huh?
No, it's not.
You said we didn't drink?
No, I said we
Yeah,
wouldn't.
no. Well,
We're not drinking.
Good point. Well, nah, it'll be good. It'll be good. We'll start it right before instead of doing it like an hour before we start the show. We'll just do it for like a little bit. Anyways, we'll address that when that comes. We just need some sitting areas and a couple cameras that cost like $500-$600 each. Because I wanted the ones remote so I can zoom it in and zoom it out and direct it on the person who's talking, whatever.
Fire.
Donations.
Anyways,
Chase Randolph 5
Donation.
at gmail.com. Send them through.
Put the Venmo down there, yeah, Chase. Put the Venmo in the Cash App.
I'll
and all
throw
that
in
stuff.
Cash App, Venmo, freaking hell yeah. But
Let's
take
take
some
it blocked.
W2 if you want. Chase the game. Chase the game.
All caps,
Chase
no
the game.
spaces.
Chase the
You're-
Game now streaming on OnlyFans.
Hey, oh.
Oh my goodness.
Only fans that like football.
OnlyFans. Yeah, we started sports one. Alright, my fault.
Yeah, sports
Cut
one.
that out. I didn't realize what I was saying until it came out.
I'm leaving that one in. I'm going to clip it and make a short out of it.
Don't clip it. Don't clip it. Don't clip
That's
it.
getting clipped,
No, and then
brother.
I'm going to
That's
put
getting
that one on
clipped.
LinkedIn. And I'm going to tag you.
Don't clip it, dude. Don't clip it. Chase, I promise you, if you clip it, I'm done. I'm done. Don't clip it. Don't clip it. I'm hopping
right,
off.
so I got-
Great to talk to y'all.
I got a couple questions for you guys before you go. Okay, so stuff I wanted to ask. Fantasy players. Okay, let's give like our top three fantasy players to look out for that are not really talked about as much.
Sleeper.
And I think two, you can do 2 or 3, whatever, however many you want. But mine are, I'm going to say, ones that are not really talked about, not as probably not going to go first or in the first couple rounds, but Jalen Waddle with Sean Payton over at Denver, Colorado. I think he's going to use him and his speed, and I think he's going to have a great season. I don't think he's going to be one of the top receivers, but I think that's someone good that later in the round is still on the table. I think you should snag him because I think Sean Payton's going to light him up. And then, hear me out, Justin Herbert with Mike McDaniel. Okay, now, Tua did not do great with Mike, but I think Justin Herbert is going to be a different scenario. I think, he's a better quarterback, I think. And honestly, I think their offense is going to be very fast. So that's a quarterback. Well, I know which we already talked about quarterbacks before, but Justin Herbert, we didn't really talk about him because he hasn't really put up crazy points in the past. He's been up at the top, but not at the very top. So I think
Passes the eye test. Passes the eye test. Passes the eye test. So it's easy to give him a
so
pass.
if you need a quarterback and Justin Herbert is on the board still later in the draft, I would scoop him up. All right, let's hear y'all's picks.
I would actually go against that. I would say Mike McDaniel had Tua looking pretty good. It's just Tua I don't know what happened in Miami. And they just had a whole organization collapse. So I would have, Mike McDaniel had Tua playing pretty good at points. I think I love Mario Hampton, just to stick with the Chargers thing. I think you need to have a good run game, especially with, Harbaugh being there again. And year 2 of Mario Hampton, I think he's going to be huge. I think Tet's going to be big. I think that's an easy one to pick. Really like Tet this year. So I'm thinking those are my 2 guys who I'm looking to pick like mid to late. Oh, 3rd, 4th round, I guess. Probably like 5th, maybe 4th, 5th round.
I like that.
Shout out Woody Marks.
Woody Marks.
Gonna be he's gonna do better this season. More touchdowns, more yards.
Yeah, baby. AJ, what we thinking?
I got a handful of guys, but pause. But to follow the Chargers, Lad McConkley. If you want to take that route, I don't know, man. Chargers, that's just a weird one. But my sleepers that came to mind, I like Jalen Reed on the Packers.
Okay.
He was lighting it up until he got hurt, and then it was all Dobbs. They ain't got Dobbs anymore. He's now in New England. And then
That's another one. Romeo Dobbs, yeah.
And then I got to add. There's 2 other guys that stick out. I feel like I got to say them both. DJ Moore on the Bills. I think that's a big one that we're forgetting about. And then Emeka Egbuka, Tampa Bay.
Ooh. Emeka. That's a good one.
Have y'all watched The Quarterback on Netflix?
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I'm going to watch tonight. I was thinking, I needed a Netflix or show, whatever, to watch. I'm going to watch that because I saw it was Baker Mayfield, Caleb Williams,
Flacco, Jaden Daniels, and
I got
Cam.
Who else?
Ward.
Cam Ward. Cam Ward.
Ward.
Hell yeah.
It's interesting. Joe Flacco bullies Shador Sanders, which is funny. Episode 1 and 2.
That's hilarious.
Came at him about a 5-6. Baker's a cool guy, but dude, he seems kind of like a douche.
Dude, he sucks. He's such a just a little guy.
I haven't gotten to the point, bro. I haven't gotten to the point where they started losing. Guy. I can't wait till I get to the point where they go on that losing streak. But they're I'm at that point in the season where they're Baker's all MVP.
6-2.
I'm like, yeah, dude. I was looking back and I'm like, man, I remember we were talking about on the pod about him potentially being an MVP. And I'm
he
like,
was the favorite.
I'm like, they only won 8 games. They're at 6-2 right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, just the rest of the shows. And then Jaden Daniels, his mom. That's a weird situation. She's I don't know. Someone speak for me. She seems like a nice lady, but gosh, brother needs a wife.
Yeah, she's all over. She's all over that boy.
Cam Ward's a badass, and I hope he does good in Tennessee.
Well, that makes me feel bad to talk shit about him last year before the season started. And the only reason why I said he was going to choke is because of when I watched him in Miami and I saw him fall apart on the back end of the season. Which he made some good adjustments, but with that tight end offensive line, I just didn't see him doing good last year. So I did not pray on his downfall, but I predicted it. And I think now that he has this Netflix documentary and he's a badass. I haven't watched it yet, and I'm going to tune in, learn a little bit more personal about him, and I'm going to gain a little bit more respect. So I'm going to be cheering him on this year.
I will say and this is episode 1, so I'm not really spoiling anything, but he kind of loses Callahan's job. That was kind of in his hands. because Callahan wanted to kick field goal. He's like, I ain't gonna get sacked. Don't worry. Runs out there
And
next
he got
play.
sacked.
Got sacked out of field goal range. It's like, ooh,
Yeah,
and they lost that game.
I love it.
I was like,
That was
damn,
my
they
boy. But
exposed
they-
him on
look,
that. They'd have to add that part
he
in
was-
where
He was gonna get fired regardless of if Cam
I
Ward threw a
know,
touchdown
I
that
know.
play or a sack. It was. I think they honestly kind of they got lucky. You get a guy like Robert Saleh who knows how to win, knows how to play good defense. I think Cam Ward. I think that team's behind him. I thought it would be a little bit more drama with Cam Ward when he gets to a certain point in the season when he has some comments on the team, but you'll obviously see that when you watch it. But I think that
Yeah.
he's a tough son of a bitch. I think they got a good one with him.
and Flacco's an absent
Yeah.
father.
Yeah, and his kids hate him. His kids draft him in fantasy and then don't start him, bro. It's like the craziest thing I've ever seen. If my kids draft me in fantasy, you're either starting me or don't draft me at all. We're not doing
Don't
this.
draft me.
Don't draft me. Don't draft me.
You gonna draft me just to bench me? Get out of here.
He's riding the bench in Cleveland. Meanwhile, his son back in New Jersey is throwing 4 picks in Pee Wee. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
his son is that's
this is
bad.
sad.
Our South Park
This is
team
sad.
might have to beat that Haddonfield team too. Haddonfield team's
Oof.
not very good.
Oof.
I'm just the
Oof,
point. I'm like,
that's
buddy, you got a Super Bowl. Like, you've had a great career. Like, retire and like coach your sons in football. He's got like 5 of them. And it's like, I respect my wife. My wife's awesome. She raises the kids. I'm like, no shit, buddy. You're across the country. Backing
That's
up
crazy.
Dylan Gabriel.
Can't let go. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel back in Dylan Gabriel as a Super Bowl MVP. That's brutal.
Well, bro, I was watching it and I looked at that. I was like, this guy's got to have a nice contract. I mean, like $6 million is a good amount of money, but he's on a 1-year, $6 million. I'm like, you don't have enough.
I mean, he's at a point now where he just got to get everything he can out of this career because I mean he might be a broadcaster, but I think Joe Flacco's boring. Like, who wants to hire Joe Flacco to talk about football? So I think he's just trying to get as much bread now. Might as well stack it when you got the chance, and then retire and live your life rich.
Yeah.
You remember Chase
Especially if
Daniels?
they keep paying him. Like, shoot, I do
Yeah.
too. What'd you say, CEO?
You guys remember Chase Daniels from?
Daniel.
Yeah, Chase Daniels, Case Keenum, all these dudes, just Matt Schaub for a while. I mean, if dudes are gonna play people to play quarterback and not play a game or play one game, I mean, it just depends on if they're paying, man.
Will Greer retired. Charlotte boy.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Hired this year. I saw that. I follow him on Instagram because
He'll be a head coach soon.
yeah, I like this. I like to see him a head coach around Charlotte. I know he's living in the area because he grew up in the area, like a Davidson area.
His dad's at Providence Day right now.
His dad's at Providence Day. I didn't know that.
Dad's at
Fun
Providence
fact.
Day.
My
He
brother
been
picked him
there
off
for a
3
minute.
times in 7-on-7.
3 times.
Jeez.
So Chad
Jeez.
Greer, the father, is good friends with my uncle. So my dad and him would do it. We would 7-on-7 Davidson Day every summer. We'd just do like they come up JV varsity, and it'd just be like our team against run the 1s, run the 2s, run the whatever.
Yeah.
And this is when he was committed to Florida. My brother picked him off 3 times. After the 3rd, our center ran out there and started doing the job. Granted, he was a beast in high school, but his receivers kind of sucked. They were definitely very private school kids. So it's like, but they weren't tipped passes. So shout out to my bro. Didn't go anywhere with it, but got 3 picks on him. Name of fame.
That's bragging rights right there, dude. 3 picks.
Yep.
That's bragging rights.
Same with Sam Hartman. He played at Davidson Day too, and I picked him off in 7-on-7. But it's 7-on-7.
Oh. I think it counts. I mean, if they're beasts, I think it counts. Now, if it's just some average Joe, that's a different story. Because it was actually kind of sick. It was my first 7-on-7 game back after my 2nd ACL surgery. I was playing middle linebacker. We were at Providence Day doing the little spring 7-on-7. No coaches, just I don't even think we wore helmets. It was just t-shirt and shorts, and I think we did it was organized pickup. It was a whole league. So it was teams that we played Butler and Myers Park, and
I was talking
those
about
two.
it was at Providence Day. It was like you weren't your high school, but you were your high school, and like coaches couldn't
Yeah,
be there,
dude.
but like coaches were there. I know. It's like, yeah, we did the same
They
thing.
were like in the stand. It was like they
Yeah,
weren't
yeah, I
on.
remember that. We got in a
And
fight
we,
at one of those things. We got in a fight at one of those things.
dude, we did too. That's hilarious. And
We
it's
all
like
talking
it
about
was
the same time, same place, same
Yeah.
tournament.
Same kind of league.
It was definitely not at the same time because
Nah.
you were in high school. What years?
I graduated in 19, so that was like that had to be like maybe that. So that was like my sophomore and freshman year, I think. So that had to be like 16, maybe 15, something like that. 16, 17.
At Myers Park when you guys got? We didn't get in a fight with Myers Park. It wasn't Myers Park. It was a school. I don't remember. And they
No,
were
we didn't fight
trash.
Wellington. We fought Christian.
Oh yeah, dude. I
I
feel
can see that. I can see that.
Probably Vance.
Yeah.
That's very coded, AJ. That's very coded, bro. That's very
It's
coded.
very coded.
Very coded. Very coded. Very coded.
Oh man. No, but I remember it was like the third
Surprised
play.
their daddy didn't sue.
I was
Yeah, for real. For real.
anyways, this 7-on-7 play, I was like, this quarterback that we're playing, it was actually the team that we ended up getting in a fight with. Because this quarterback it was a third play, and I'm literally in the middle of the field, and I see someone running a slant, and I'm like, oh, he's coming right at me. Quarterback is looking at him, looks off for a split second, and looks back and starts to throw. And I was like, at this point, the dude's literally right behind me. And he lets go of it. Or he's like, before he was right behind me. Dude throws it, and I just like reach up, snag it one-handed out of the air, and fucking took it to the house. But
okay.
I don't believe
but
you.
it was like,
Fillmore did happen.
That is fact. There was no film, so I guess my one of the sophomores, he went
Wrap it
back
up,
to
Alan.
like our head coach. He was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll wrap up my show, bitch." How about that? Anyways, so he went to our head coach. He was like, "Oh, dude, Chase, I'm so ready for him to be back. Super pumped. He freaking snagged a one-handed grab in 7-on-7." And my coach's response was, "In 7-on-7? So?" I'm like, eh. It's like, that's not
Put your
hard.
hand in the dirt.
I'm like, fair enough. Because the quarterback was ass. So he didn't throw like a sniper. He gave a little like, I'm just like, ignore what your ass just said. And just snagged it right out of the air.
Yeah, he'd be great
And then
pulling
just-
guard.
How about state championship defensive MVP?
Okay.
Right guard my ass.
Okay, yeah.
Fast forward 5 years. Or not 5, 2 or 3. No, but yeah. Good times. But yeah, 7-on-7, big plays. It's not as meaningful unless it's
It's not
against
football.
obviously.
It's not football. It's not
So-
football. It's not football.
Still, yeah, I agree.
It's funny how quick AJ called me out for lying. It means that sounds like his stories are a little bit of a lie. But
I don't fabricate.
you know,
I don't fabricate.
hearsay. Yeah, but you just immediately jump to calling someone else out. That
Just
you know
jokes,
what's the
man.
saying? called when
Projecting,
someone is
CEO. It's called projecting. Projecting.
Was it-
That's
yeah,
what you're like.
Gaslighting.
projecting your
yeah.
own inner
Yeah,
thoughts.
gas.
Gaslighting because you're the one that's actually lying, and you're like, oh, yeah, you're lying. That's a lie. Okay.
All right,
well,
sorry,
I
bro.
think that's
Didn't mean to
enough
hit
for
a soft spot.
All right, signing off. I appreciate it. We stay hard. Salute y'all. And we'll be off next week because I'm getting married.
Bet.
Peace.
Congratulations, CEO. That's crazy.